Nation, it's your favorite nurse Jasmine, and I'm back today with another nursing video. And today's video is going to be all about mean doctors, how to deal with them, how to prepare for them, how to find out who they are. I know this is a concern that a lot of new nurses that are going from like one specialty to the next, or even nurses that are going to new hospitals, we always kind of have that concern of, oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with the next mean doc? So don't worry, I'm here to answer all your questions. So if you are interested, continue to watch. I want to talk about my shirt a little bit. This is one of the new nursing tees on my site that you guys can purchase if you're interested. So I'll leave the link below. It is nursebehavior.bigcartel.com, so you can go and check this out. This is one of many, and I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about it. So if you're wondering how you can purchase one of these shirts, just click the link below and it'll take you directly to the site. Okay, so let's just get on with this video. One of the main things that I was super worried about when I first became a nurse was mean doctors. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've heard so many horror stories, and I know a lot of doctors are mean to nurses, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do. If you've been around for a while, you guys all know I'm a little bit different. So I made sure to ask my preceptors, like, who are the mean docs? Who are the ones that I need to be worried about? Who are the ones that are a little stickler for things? No surprise, majority of them are cardiothoracic surgeons. Not trying to, say all of them are mean, because they definitely aren't. I've had some really nice cardiothoracic surgeons, but majority of them are pain in the butts. Okay, that's the best way I can put it. But there are just general doctors who are mean, or who are just nasty. They think nurses are stupid, they think nurses are incompetent, and they really just hate talking to us. So they just mean, regardless of what their specialty is, they're just mean. So it is always best to find out who the mean docs are. Don't be afraid to ask. All the nurses probably talk about them already, or her already, so they are probably going to give you more than an earful about them. So definitely seek out who the mean docs are, so you can kind of keep them on your radar and kind of be a little bit different around them. So that takes us to the next point. When you find out who the mean docs are, find out what they like, what they don't like. I know it seems like a little bit of a hassle, but you really need to find out what they're particular about. Like, there are some docs who, when you call them, they want all their labs down to like the 3 digits. Like if you're given a pH, they want it to be like 7.2310. They want everything. They don't want you to just stop at 7.31. They want all the info. There are docs who want every single labs. Like if you're calling with a critical, I don't know, like a critical potassium, your potassium came back to 6.5, they want all the rest of their labs. So make sure to either have all your recent labs written down somewhere, or just have your computer pulled up while you're talking to the doc, so it's really easy to maneuver through your lab screens, and you can kind of give them all the information, all labs, and you're prepared for anything. And make sure, you guys, make sure you know your patients. Don't be on the phone like, I don't know, I don't really know what their history is, I don't really know what is going on, like I don't know if that med was given or not. Make sure that you've looked up every single thing, and you could spit off everything for your patient, even if it's not from memory and you're doing it from rapport, or you're reading it off of H&P. Just make sure you have everything available, because the last thing you want to do is not know anything about your patient and the meanest doctor you're on the phone with, or they're in your face. Because let me tell you guys, it will turn ugly real quick, like real quick. The next thing I want to tell you guys is just don't be nervous. Like, they can kind of tell when you're like really timid, really passive, and that just makes their meanness go to a whole new level. They'll be like, oh, I can really get under her skin really easy, let me rattle her a little bit, and or him a little bit. So make sure that you are like stern, you know everything. So make sure that you are talking clear and precise, you know every single thing, but also just don't go in with an attitude. Don't be like, oh, he mean or she mean, so I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna have a stink attitude. I'm gonna be really short, really snippy with them, because most of the time y'all just gonna butt heads. It's gonna turn into a whole big ordeal. And let me just tell you, if that mean doc is a really good doc, administration will probably most likely throw you under the bus, because they're like, I can replace a nurse, I cannot replace this doctor. So that is the thing. But on the flip side of that is, do not let them like just fully blown disrespect you and not take it to management, because that is something that needs to be addressed. If they are just being flat out rude and mean for no reason, with no logic behind it, no cause, like if you know, saw that your patient's potassium was a 6.5 and you didn't call, then that is a reason for you to get yelled at. That is a reason for them to be mad, because you potentially run the risk of killing the patient. But if you are calling them and they are upset because you're calling them with a critical, like a 6.5 potassium, or you are calling them to say, oh my gosh, my patient is pooping large amounts of bright red copious blood out of their behind, then, and they get mad, those are issues that then you need to take it out with management. It's like, I am trying to save this person's life, and I'm noticing changes in their conditions, and I'm noticing things with their labs, and I'm calling to let my physician know, and he doesn't want to hear nothing about it, and he thinks I'm stupid, and he don't want me to make suggestions or recommendations. Then that's when you definitely need to take that up with management, because that's something that needs to be addressed. If they're not going to be a doctor and they don't want a doctor, then they shouldn't be a doctor at that hospital. At the end of the day, everyone is adults, so respect should be given mutually. Some docs you just can't, it's a lose-lose situation. Some docs, they're just going to be buttholes, they're just going to be mean, they're going to be rude, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. The main thing I want to let you guys know is just don't let it make you cry. Never, ever, ever cry in front of a doctor. Never let, I'm going to tell you guys, if somebody makes you mad, somebody yells at you, never cry in front of them, because that let them know that they have the upper hand, they've gotten to you. Even if you are like me and you are a crier because you want to fight, and you know that you can't because of your profession, don't ever let a doctor get you so upset that they make you cry, or they make you so mad that it legit ruins your whole day or your whole night, your whole shift. Because at the end of the day, they can yell and scream and all they want, but guess what? You got your point across. I'm calling you to let you know this, or I'm telling you this, or flat out, I don't know what you want me to do about this, but you are the doctor, you need to give me some new orders. Don't cry in front of them. Get upset and all that other stuff. If he yelling, okay, yep, alright, so what we gonna do about this next? Now that your yelling is over, I mean, like I said, I don't want to get none of y'all fired, lose your job. I'm a little bit different. I don't care what your credentials is behind your name. You're gonna respect me. I give you respect, you respect me. You're not gonna yell at me and all this other stuff unless I legit did something wrong. And if not, we just gonna move right along, and you're gonna tell me what we're gonna do next. Also, just don't get in your own head when dealing with these doctors, man. At the end of the day, they'll move on, you'll move on. If at the end of the day they are a doctor at that hospital for 35 years and you end up being a nurse at that hospital for 35 years, eventually all that meanness will go away. Usually they're mean to new nurses and nurses that they don't know, travel nurses especially, because they don't deal with you, they don't trust you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So just follow these little tips that I'm giving you guys, and you guys will be fine. And yeah, just know, don't take it personal, okay? Don't. Go home, sleep like a baby, because that's what I do. Yell all you want, but guess what? When these 12 hours is over, I'm going to go home, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to eat, and I'm going to still sleep like a baby. So don't let me catch you walking in these streets though. No, I'm joking. That is it for this video. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to leave it below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join G Nation, as well as turn on your post notifications so that YouTube will let you know every time I post a new video. As well as don't forget to shop my store and get the best nurse merchandise out there. I got some amazing teas, cups, bottles, nursing kits, bundles, all that good stuff for you guys out there, especially you nursing students as well as you new grads. And follow me on IG and Snap. I'm on Instagram a lot more than I'm on Snapchat, but follow me on both. And until the next video, I'll talk to all of you huns later. Love you all. Bye. Mwah.
See my head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie, my cousins are crazy, my cousins like Boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be. Been here for 10